clearly prosecution here, and I think not to attack these deputies, they should have had a much more experienced either assistant district attorney or a serious investigator that specializes in crimes against women and children. They did not need to do the statement this way and give her immunity. She hasn't. She hasn't been accused of anything. And I think that's the way it's going to be unless the prosecution, and it's a very high burden, can find evidence of a crime against her outside of this statement. And the burden shifts to the prosecution to prove that the statement did not lead to the finding of any new evidence. They had enough evidence on his phone alone to put him with a no bond, and that would be here in Atlanta, on the images, the child porn images on his phone. You let him sit, you let him stew, and you continue to investigate the case. But she's got immunity, and the prosecution, unless they know something else up their sleeve against her, she's got that pass, Nancy, to get out of jail.
I sent them to sleep.
All right, so she's got that pass for now to get out of jail. And thank you, Sonia, for the $14.99. Bye, Risa. Get well. I absolutely will. I got presents coming in for her. I just got something today from JoJo, a little bluey card set where you can play charades, which is awesome. We love playing games of the holidays, holiday time. We love having different games to play with each other. So we're interacting with each other. So thank you so much. Merry Christmas to all of you guys. Choo choo. I'm going to make that noise. I should do the yodeling. Thank you so much, Granny Rose, for the $20 super sticker. I wonder if that's the grandkids picture there. I see, is that Donatello? It's the purple one. I don't know which one's the purple one. I think it's Donatello, the orange one. Anyway, that's the Ninja Turtles right down there. Shout out to Granny Rose. Love you, girl. I appreciate you. Here we go. I can't even. It's not Child P, it's CSAM, right? Exactly. It's not PORN because it's not consenting. Now, PORN is made between adults that do that, right? We all dabbled in watching that with our partner or whatever, or not your partner, but PORN is for consenting adults, not children. It's called CSAM. Thank you, Veronica. I love that too. Thank you, Marilyn. Marilyn's the one that sent this particular one. Okay, Michelangelo's orange. Okay, oh yeah, I gotta get my Ninja Turtles right, you guys. Got a lot of studying to do. All right.
Upstairs in the guest bedroom so that I could get a good night's sleep. I think we need to get you a lawyer. But that was me assuming that you guys had the wrong guy, not that he had done all this to her.
The most important thing today is to tell the truth. I also explained derivative use immunity, which means if you said that there was a gun, and obviously there's no gun in this case, buried in your attorney's yard, we couldn't go dig up that gun. If you told us that, oh yeah, there was the gun that was used is right there. We wouldn't be able to do that. We would have to show that we learned all those things independently from this interview.
It's called derivative use immunity.
Okay, let's listen to this.
Lawyers love to make everything.
Okay, this is the part that I really wanted to bring to my attention, your attention, and really learn this, because the way that it comes from her and the guest that she has is much different than the way that it was explained to me or that I've explained it. And obviously there's lots of different sides to things, right? Nothing's in a box. And Marilyn, stop teasing me. Stop teasing me. Hello, Chief. What's up, my man? All right. So yeah, it's let's listen up here, because this is a different way than I've heard. And so I was like, I need to, along with that and the conversation that the lovely Kelly from What's the Obsession explained it, I had to bring it. Kylie was there the other night on that conversation. Shauna, you're green. Lots of people are green. Let me see if I can give some memberships. Thank you so much, Fiona, for the $1 a pound. You know my spiel. If all 20,000 people gave me $1, I would have my roof back on by now. And I also do want to talk about that. You say Jay, the Osceola clerk of county, and Kevin Soto could be a relative of the Raggedy Mob. Nope, we've looked into that. And I have to talk about that conversation too at some point about the sheriff that accidentally put Maddie's photo of her being dead online. Now I was one of the unlucky people that saw that picture, and I'm glad most of you probably didn't see it, but he got a slap on the wrist for that, and we will talk about that. Thank you, Stella, for the Guilty of Crime membership. Yeah, the skanky empanada. If you know, you know.
Everything sounds so complicated. And they also like to throw in Latin phrases. So be ready for that. Derivative use immunity. Immunity is like an immunization, right? That protects you from, let's just say, the measles or the mumps, the vaccine. Immunity. Immunity in this case means immunity from prosecution in exchange for your statement. Derivative use immunity means you can't be prosecuted from anything that comes from your statement. That is what derivative use immunity means. In a nutshell, Ray, yes, no.
Thank you,
Yes,
love.
absolutely. I would have
I knew
charged
you
her.
couldn't do it in one word. You owe me $1. Okay. Yes. All right. Now, Ray, I want you to hear the bit that we've managed to obtain. Then I'll bring in the rest of the panel. We've gotten some of her new statement that she gave after getting immunity. For those of you just joining us, Matt.
All right. So after getting immunity, and remember what I said at the beginning of the show, if you just got in here, remember they need a statement for their preliminary hearing, for their anybody to make the case that Jen's going to be a good state witness in order for them to protect her over these times. And they don't have enough evidence, in my opinion. Obviously, they haven't arrested her, so they need a statement that's going to be. She didn't have to talk, by the way. She didn't have to get that lawyer. She didn't have to talk, but they need something that's going to give her credibility to what she's saying. So I believe that's part of the reason why they did that as well. Since they couldn't find anything solid on her, if you can't beat them, join them. They're using her.
Maddie Soto was for years under her own mother's roof by mommy's part-time live-in. When I say part-time, the rest of the time, he lived in his own mother's house. Shannon Butler joining us, WFTV 9, that she would tell people as soon as she was old enough, which I believe she thought was 13, she was leaving the home and going to live in the woods. I'm going to have to bring in a shrink on this. Dr. Melina Riba joining us. But Shannon, I've never heard one of my children say, I'm moving out and I'm going to live in the wild rather than live in this house. That should have been a big red flag to.
And you know what? Jen didn't care because she also, according to many of her friends, Maddie's friends, she told Maddie, when you're 18, I want you out of here. I'm not taking care of you. I don't want anything to do with you. You're a little bee. You know, they fought off it. Her and Maddie went at it. And I think the big reason that they went at it was the jealousy and the in that household with her and Steph, and it was the back and forth of Jen not getting the attention, Maddie getting the attention, Stephen giving that to Maddie, buying her gifts all the time. My girlfriend's daughter is what he said. He never said, oh, I bought my girlfriend a present. Not once did I ever hear him talk about Jen in any of his posts, and we've dug into his post, you guys. So that's what's happening, the dynamics and the energy in that house of yeah, Jen's not crazy. I like that. She's not crazy. She's a junkie. The dynamics of that household must have been very tense and awkward and like Jen didn't want Maddie there. If Maddie was old enough to get the heck out and Jen wasn't making any more money off of her, she'd have probably told her to go, in my opinion. So her leaving at 13 is not a stretch from Jen saying, when you're 18, you're out of here. Now, just don't run off with my man. Don't do the Woody Allen thing, right? So that's what she didn't want, was the Woody Allen thing.